We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
What did you say?
Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
True international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Now, he doesn't involve our institution. What, and notwithstanding some of the signs that I saw come, that's why 81 million Americans voted for me. The largest number of votes in American history. A clear majority were supported when they supported me.
That boy is good.
Mm-hmm. Good and terrible. I'll always be there for you. I'll always have your back. You thirsty?
Yes.
Oh, here. Try some of this Gatorade.
Thank you.
Oh!
Whoa! Is that piss?
Oh! That's not supposed to be the piss one.
Why do you have a piss one?
Oh, here.
Why is there always a piss one?
Give me that. Wash it out again.
God damn it, Frank! That's piss too!
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
Oh, I must have got confused and pissed them both.
Pee-pee! I'm on live right now at Price Cutter because they price cut animals! How would you like it if I snuck into your house and price cutted your pee-pee? Pee-pees for everywhere! Half off!
If you're driving 80 miles per hour, how long does it take for you to go 80 miles?
Like 2 hours. You're going 80 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hour and a half. Hour and a half? Well, if you're going 80 miles an hour,
But
it's gonna take
how
more
long does
than
it
an hour
take
and
you
a
to
half.
get to 80?
Oh, you're right.
It takes you you have to
Yeah,
build
so like
up speed.
like 2 hours.
Like an hour 45.
Alright. Is that right? Do we get the money?
I think that was right.
Are you retarded? The FBI director said today, the ongoing war in the Middle East has raised the threat of an attack against Americans in the United States to a whole nother level. Has the White House considered the possibility that a terrorist could be in the country right now after crossing the southern border?
There are no terrorists here, Peter. Zero terrorists. No terrorists cross border of America. My name is Osamo Gonzalez. I never make bombs at home. I never even met terrorists. I'm actually Mexican.
He has now won both of the early primary contests by double digits. And barring any massive disruptions to the status quo, a health scare, a criminal conviction, it just becomes more and more likely we are going to be living through another long campaign featuring the man that I and millions of other Americans consider to be an existential threat to American democracy. That's where we are.
Can you dig it?
You don't have to go to hell. You're in hell. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Then strangled them, and finally dismembered their bodies.
Right.
Then do
available.
and homelessness and all that.
And now, the voice you've been waiting for.
There is a secret zone at the center of the world, and its sound is like razors through flesh. I'm here to turn up the volume.
I'm kind of retarded.
It seems like it's been forever since Nikki Haley last lost a primary election, but it's only been 6 days. And for all the TV news reports about the New Hampshire primary, I never heard a single one mention the fact that Trump actually got more votes in that than any Republican has ever gotten. But yet somehow Nikki still managed to get within 10 points of him. How could this be, you might ask?
Christian, who did you vote for and why?
Yeah, so thank you. I voted for Nikki Haley, and it was certainly a strategic vote. I think the DNC is fairly resolute in their nomination for Joe Biden. And while I wouldn't vote for her in a general election, particularly on our differences with climate change solution, a women's right to bodily autonomy, or incarceration rates, I think a vote for Nikki Haley helps diminish Trump's influence in the RNC and their nomination, but is also a vote towards democracy.
And Christian is emblematic of so many conversations that I've had here throughout the day.
And that's what she's open for in South Carolina. There's a pretty good number of blue-tarded dipshits in that state, and even though she's 30 points behind him in all the polls, a lot of them are probably going to try to do their part to stop Trump. While it's probably not going to be a blowout like Iowa was, I still don't think she has a chance in hell of winning that state. And even then, she's not going to drop out. See, when people hear her say jackassy shit like this...
But it was hard. You know, I remember on the kickball field going out there and there being two groups and saying pick one. And one was a group of black kids and one was a group of white kids. And they said, which one are you? And I said, I'm brown. I'm neither. And that was the first time I realized that differences matter. But I grabbed the ball and I ran, and before we knew it, we were all playing again.
It makes them think, wow, this lady's just a fucking moron. But she's not. She knows what she's doing. She is the only other person still actively running, which means that if anything should happen to Trump, she's the heir apparent. And then all of a sudden, the news that was treating her with kid gloves starts pointing out all the times she's contradicted herself on her positions, and it's really the only way that Biden could get reelected is running up against that hideous fucking monstrosity. That is to say, if it's going to be Biden at all, I still don't think it is. Still plenty of time for him to have a slip and fall or pass away quietly in his sleep or some shit like that. But I guess we'll see. And we also had Carrie Lake expose corruption within the Republican Party in Arizona. She had said something about how she had been offered money to drop out of the Senate race. People called her a liar, and then what do you know? She had a fucking recording of the head of the Arizona Republican Party saying that, oh, well, we've got people from back east with big money, and they'll give it to you if you just... drop out for a couple years. She said, hell no. And then he kind of backhandedly threatened her because she said, well, I think they might try to kill me. And he goes, well, the cartel they said is in all 50 states now. And she still said, no, I don't care how much, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, a fucking billion. They're gonna have to fucking kill me. And this dipshit tried to act like, oh, it was selectively edited and taken out of context. But his sorry ass sure fucking resigned the next day. And last week, the courts in Canada concluded that 2 years ago, Justin Trudeau's use of the Emergencies Act to freeze people's bank accounts and put people in jail, some of which are still in jail today, was unreasonable and unconstitutional.
Well, no fucking shit.
Only thing is, who cares? Is Trudeau gonna get in any trouble? Are they letting those people out of jail as a result? No. So it's kind of fucking worthless. And last week, the Supreme Court's decision on the whole Texas razor wire thing has led to an increasingly interesting situation where, after 3 years, you finally got Abbott standing up. Okay, maybe standing up isn't the best choice of words. Taking on the federal government. See, in this Supreme Court decision, they said, yes, the feds are allowed to remove the razor wire, but it didn't actually say that Texas couldn't put down more razor wire. So Abbott said, well, fuck this. I refuse to be pushed around. I couldn't resist that one. Oh, what he actually said was,
well, kiss my crippled ass.
Well, sort of. See, the thing about razor wire is you can lay it down a lot quicker than you can remove it. So Abbott put out this letter saying basically that since the federal government is derelict in their duty to protect the border in the case of an invasion, he's declaring it an invasion and he's going to have the National Guard handle it. Within a day and a half, you had 25 other states show solidarity and support. At least 10 of them are, as far as I know, planning on sending National Guard troops of their own. And there's been a lot of criticism of Abbott from the Republican side, basically centered around saying that he doesn't really care and he's just doing this to please his base. Well, if so, so what? I mean, I don't see why that would be a bad thing, but the best criticism I've seen of it is coming from this guy, pointing out that Abbott is a creature of the WEF, and as soon as he put out this letter, he jetted off to Mumbai. And for all the problems they've been having at Eagle Pass, that's literally just one fucking spot on the Texas border. What about the whole goddamn rest of it? Plus the fact that this just smells like a major fucking setup. You've got convoys of people that are planning on heading down to that area to show support and solidarity in the next few days. If you're thinking about doing this, I would highly advise against it. I got a bad feeling something major is gonna fucking happen. Whether it be a truck bomb or a major mass shooting. You think about it, it's really the only way that this situation doesn't turn into a massive L for the federal government. And the last thing they need right now is another L. Shit, lately it seems like even when something good happens for them, it still winds up being an L. Take, for example, the recent endorsement by the United Auto Workers Union. Well, on the morning news shows, all they said was, oh yeah, the union is endorsing Biden. But what did the head of that union have to say?
Look, let me be clear about this. A great majority of our members will not vote for President Biden. Yes, some will. But that's the reality of this. The majority of our members are going to vote their paycheck.
But do I think this Texas situation is going to lead to an imminent civil war taking place? I highly doubt it. At least not before the election anyway. After that, all bets are off. And hopefully it never happens. Because for as crazy and fucked up as the original Civil War got, if we had another one today, it would look nothing like the first. It would probably resemble more like the Troubles in Ireland. Don't know anything about what that was? You should look into it. And then let me know if that seems like something that would be fun for us to go through. But for now, let's just go ahead and add that to the list of fucked up things we might possibly be seeing happening here in the next couple years. Sláinte.
All I have in this world is my thoughts and my words, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. So say good night. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. Come on. fuck with me! I told you! Don't fuck with me! I told you! Don't fuck with me! You stupid fuck! Look at you now! Look at you now!
Please consider liking, subscribing, sharing this video, or leaving a comment. Because every time you do nothing, Vladimir Putin will shoot another puppy.